My name is H.D. Sanderson. I work for Congressman John Curtis. I am his Uintah Basin liaison. I also cover Summit County and do some other things across the district, but in terms of our geographic coverage, I'm your guy. And so really glad to be here with you all this afternoon. And I realized I was thinking about this final segment of today's summit that Kent and Gary and myself are the very end. And once again, the federal government is standing in between you and the things you want, meaning the raffle. So I will keep my remarks brief, but I just wanted to give a quick update about Congressman Curtis, as well as thank Travis and all those who made the summit possible. I'm really glad to just be able to provide this update, and I will, like I said, try and keep my remarks brief. In the last session of Congress, John Curtis was ranked as the 9th most effective Republican member of the U.S. House of Representatives. He's known for getting things done. He's able to do that consistently through his committee work, as well as through the legislation that he sponsors and gets passed. The congressman currently sits on 2 committees in the House. He sits on the Energy and Commerce Committee, as well as the Natural Resources Committee. About 60% of all legislation that goes through the U.S. House passes through the Energy and Commerce Committee, so being able to have one of the members of our Utah delegation sit on that committee is a wonderful opportunity for the state, not just for his district. And his 2 subcommittee assignments on that committee include the Energy, Climate, and Grid Security Subcommittee, as well as the Environment, Manufacturing, and Critical Minerals Subcommittee. So it really is a privilege for him to be able to represent the Uintah Basin and do so on those subcommittees. On the Natural Resources Committee, Mr. Curtis is excited to be working on permitting reform. The chairman of that committee comes from a family of foresters, and Representative Curtis has also enjoyed working with him and the knowledge and expertise that he brings to the table there. Just lastly, I want to touch on just some of the work that the congressman has done for energy and climate issues. For those of you who have had a chance to meet him, you've probably heard of where he stands on those issues. I think it's a great advocate for the basin, and while I won't be taking questions today, I'd love to touch base with any of you who have those questions afterwards. Please feel free to find me. He understands the importance of fossil fuels, and he advocates for them as an equally important part of the U.S.'s energy future, along with the other energy sources that we see. But fossil fuels are not the enemy. They are part of the solution, and he advocates heavily for that in the House and in his various responsibilities. Several years ago, the congressman, he established his Conservative Climate Caucus. Since that time, over 80 Republican members of the House have joined him on that caucus. These members, they range from anywhere from Iowa to California, from New York to Texas, and they're all there to advocate for responsible, fiscally sound solutions to climate and energy problems that the U.S. House is regulating and encountering today. Oil and gas, wind, petroleum, all of them have come to the table at this caucus, and they look to Congressman Curtis and his leadership and the opportunity that gives to bring the success we see in Utah to the national level. Lastly, I'll just put in a brief plug here. Congressman Curtis is hosting his 2nd annual Conservative Climate Summit at UVU on September 8th. If you'd like to register for that, you can go to curtis.house.gov, or again, come speak with me after the meeting today. We'd love to have you all join us there, and I want to thank you again just for the opportunity to give an update on what my boss has been doing. And I know that he looks forward to continuing to represent each and every one of you and your organizations here in the Basin, and hopes that you'll reach out and share your thoughts with him. Thank you.